Well, welcome everybody. This is Dr. Hank, and you know what we do here. We help real estate agents and brokers to increase their business and their wealth, and we do it with Agent Wealth Success. And today, every week we have somebody special that can help us with someone, and today we have with some type of a part of our business, and today we have a hands-on man, successful in his own right, really took American Express financial industry and turned it upside down, and was a leader in that, and got to, he's independently wealthy. He and I have a lot in common, that we're really here to serve. We're not selling anything. We're just adding some really good value for all of you. And you're going to love this because it's about luxury homes and how to sell luxury homes. And you're going to just absolutely love this session with my friend, Kerry Grinkmeyer. And Kerry, good morning.
Good morning, Hank. It's great. Great to get you back from Europe.
Well, thank you. And, we talked a little before the show, and it's really incredible how much we have in common. And like you say, in 2015, your wife said, hey, you either get a job or live somewhere else.
I chose to find something else to do.
Yeah, good for you. And what I love is your ability to sell luxury homes using technology and social media. And just so everybody understands the credibility of who you are, that like currently you have 11 listings, and it's all valued at about $12 million.
That's about it.
Yeah. And so you are the man. And I want to start out first by, going a little general and then getting really specific.
Okay.
But you have a great perspective on that. Now is kind of the time to really get into the luxury home market, because in the future, it's not going to be so. So could you talk a little about Generation X and the millennials and kind of what's happening in America?
Yeah. I said I was a financial advisor, and the financial industry is driven by demographics.
Yeah.
And our demographics are such that the largest generation in the history of mankind is the baby boomer generation, you and I's generation, Hank.
Right.
And we're aging, and we built all these luxury homes. In fact, in the United States, 75% of all luxury homes are owned by baby boomers. We became successful when we wanted to show the world, so we went out and built our McMansions.
Mm-hmm.
Something happened on May the 6th, 1960, that changed the whole perspective, and that was the introduction of the birth control pill.
Uh-huh.
As a result of that one day, or the following days, you should say, Generation X is 25% smaller than the baby boomer generation. Well, then Generation X bought their first home in the late 90s. About the middle of about 2006, they started to buy their second home, and then in 2 years we pulled the rug out from underneath them. In that we had the subprime crisis, which we real estate agents now call the real estate bubble.
Right.
So if they were lucky, if all they lost was their equity, a lot of them lost their homes, and a lot of them lost their jobs. So now in 2011, we started the baby boomer sell-off. Mm-hmm. That is, we, the baby boomers, want out of our big homes. We want to downsize, and we're putting them on the markets. But because of those two events, the market isn't there. In my community, 750,000 are considered luxury homes and up. 50% of what comes to the market sell in a given year since 2011. So we're building inventory. So I came to it and I said, wherever there's a problem, there's an opportunity.
Yeah.
And we have a problem. The baby boomers are having difficulty selling their homes. So what is the opportunity? The opportunity is to provide a solution. And that solution is achievable through social media marketing. Because what we are, and what the message I try to drive home is, we're not selling a Ford, we're not selling a Chevrolet, we're selling a Lamborghini, a Ferrari, or a Porsche.
Yeah.
And you need a salesman to do that.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And so I basically market myself as I will do for you what no other agent will or can do for you. And that separates me aside. I subscribe very heavy to Seth Godin's I Have to Become a Purple Cow. And I have to tell people I will use conventional and social media to sell your home. I will show up for every showing of your house, because truly, if you're selling $1 million or $2 million home, you need a salesman in the house.
Right. Right.
You can't expect strangers to walk through and see all the features and amenities that are in the house. Yeah. And then I will do a 8-minute walk and talk video of every house and then distribute it through social media. As a result of that, I've only been in the business a little over 3 years. My phone rings and says, Kerry, you're different. We're having trouble selling our house. Can you come out and help us? And so I get to pick and choose. The other thing that I subscribe to very heavily is you choose who you want to work with. Okay. And again, this is part of Seth Godin's preaching, the smallest viable market. Yeah. If I sell $10 million worth of houses a year, I'll make an extra $250,000. I don't need it. I'll help my granddaughter pay her college tuition. Okay. Yeah. But then I guess what really warms my heart, Hank, is that if I can reach out, I'll tell you something. I was asked on my YouTube channel, I was asked, why are you doing this? And why are you sharing all this stuff? And why are you not charging anything for it? And I got to thinking of it, Hank, and I said, I'm 74 years old. I'm trying to fill the pews on my funeral.
I haven't heard that one before. And what I love,
I'm trying to fill the pews.
What I love you also said on this is that 9,000 boomers reach 65 every day, and starting in 2023, and this is kind of filling the pews, if you will. Yeah, well, at 2023, 9,000 of these boomers will die every day.
Every day. Yeah, and think about this. Now, think about this. You've got a luxury neighborhood. It's got gated communities. 75% of those homes are owned by baby boomers. And the children live 500 miles away.
Right.
So what's going to happen is mom and dad die, the kids inherit the house. They live 500 miles away. They hire a real estate agent and they say, just turn that thing into cash.
Right.
Okay. and they're not going to. It's not going to turn to cash fast. So after 6 months, or after 3 months, they're going to say, reduce the price.
Yeah.
Reduce the price. Now we're looking at a bubble.
Yeah.
Now we're looking at a high-end bubble in the real estate community. So what's the answer to this? Get that house sold now and market it like a Lamborghini. And don't hire a listing agent. Hire a salesman. Hire somebody to be into that house and say, these aren't normal hardwood floors. These came from India. They are a special hardwood floor. Your Labrador retriever can run all over this house and he's not going to put a scratch in that floor. Yeah. That's the kind of thing that only a salesman can do. So that's where I'm going.
Okay, great. So you basically said on to really get that niche, if you will, and to offer this to people that you want. How do I go about doing that? Like, can you briefly walk us through on, how do you get the neighborhood, and how do you get these people, and how do you attract the things that you want? Because you're high end. You've only been in this for 3 years, and you're doing just right now. You have listings at $12 million on 11 homes. I mean, most agents would just die for that. And so what are your, can you give us some specifics?
Sure.
Okay, great.
What I said was, I have to find people with a problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
And then I got to present them a solution. So my morning routine is I open up my MLS listings and I go to the hot sheet.
Okay.
I page all the way down to the most expensive home on that hot sheet. And I look at it and I say, okay, is it active? How long has it been on the market? If it's been on the market more than 180 days, I make a note of it. I then go to their tax records and I get their name, the name with the address. I put that on my most wanted list. It's called my most. I then page on up and I see an expired listing. And I see how many days it's went on market, over 365 days. These people have a problem, okay? They go on my most wanted list. I get their names with their addresses. Now I go to the internet and I search them. And I find their email address. And I find their cell phone number. Okay, so I've done this, Mac. I found a house that expired. It had been on the market about 3 years. I went and I found it, and it was empty. I set my tripod up in front of the house and got on the video, and the guy's name is Jeff. I won't tell you his last name. I said, Jeff, you're having difficulty selling this house, and I can tell you why. It's beautiful, but nobody knows about it. It isn't being marketed. Here's what you need to do, Jeff. You need to get me in this house. I'll do a walk and talk video. I know who's going to buy the house. You got the house for $1.5 million. It's going to be bought by a doctor, a lawyer, a financial advisor, a banker, or an entrepreneur. Now, where am I going to find those people? They're on LinkedIn. They're not on Facebook. They're on LinkedIn. Can I get their names and their addresses? Can I instant message them? Yes, I can do that, Jeff. So you need to call me, Jeff. I then took that video. It was roughly a 2-minute video, and I texted it to Jeff. I didn't email it to him because I know emails have a 20% open rate. Yeah. Do you know what the open rate is on a text?
100%.
You bet it is. And how many texts have you ever got with an attached video?
Not many.
Right. And that video shows you not just a link on your text, it shows you a thumbnail. And there I am in front of his house that he can't sell. Do you think he's going to open that video? You bet he is. Yeah. You think my phone's going to ring? You bet it did. Okay.
Oh my gosh! You basically just in 2 minutes there told us how to do high-end luxury homes.
And how to use social media.
Right. With the LinkedIn.
With LinkedIn.
Yeah.
You target market. And then you go through your MLS and you create your 100 most wanted list. I have a list of 100 people who I want to do business with. I decide who I want to do business with. And then I contact them and tell them I can and will do things for you that no other agent can or will do for you.
Yeah.
And I show up, Hank, I show up to every showing. Yeah. And let me tell you another reason why I do that is because if I'm in the house and I'm showing it, I can read these people. I know if they're excited about it. I know if she wants this.
Right.
If she wants it, then when we get to negotiations, I'm in an advantage position.
Right.
Because I know how much they want it. It's not some other agent dealing with. The other thing that happens is quite often I'll be in the house and they'll say, well, this isn't quite like what I want. We're looking for something else. I say, have you seen my video? And I hand them a card on my other house up the road. Twice in the last 3 months, that has sold another house for me.
Oh my gosh. How many of those people that come in for the showing have an agent? Most of them?
Most of them.
Okay.
Now I'm creating a program, Hank, how to beat Zillow. Because I do see that 40% of the people who show up at my house meet their agent in the driveway. Okay? So what does that tell you? They met them through Zillow or Realtor.com. They have no relationship. So now I'm creating a series of videos called Moving to Birmingham, Alabama. And I'm dominating those keywords on YouTube and Google. Yeah. And what I'm going to try to do, when we moved to Birmingham, the first thing, that was in '89, the first thing my wife did was go to the library and learn everything she could about Birmingham. What would she do today? She'd go to the internet.
Yeah.
She'd Google it. She'd then go to YouTube. Well, if I dominate the words, the keywords, moving to Birmingham, Alabama, or relocating to Birmingham, Alabama, I'm going to create a relationship with these people before they hit that button to the premier agent on Zillow.
Wow. That's just tremendous, Kerry. You know, I'll tell you, Kerry, you, for being 73 years old. 74. You just look younger with all your enthusiasm and everything. For being 74, that you are on the cutting edge because, again, every week we talk to top people, and LinkedIn is the place. And what you were saying on how to identify by title and everything, and you can actually, I have another video on using LinkedIn and how to find, those people on LinkedIn. And so do you use Sales Navigator then, or on LinkedIn? No.
No.
So how do you advertise that video?
How do I advertise that video?
On LinkedIn.
Now I'm going to tell you something I'm not supposed to tell you.
Good. That's good.
If you know LinkedIn, the problem with it is, first of all, you got to connect. Yeah. And you're only allowed to use, I think it's 150 characters to ask for a connection. Right. And you can do it one at a time. Or LinkedIn will allow you to do one at a time, but you can do, I think it's 50 a day.
Yeah, 100 a day, yeah.
100 a day. Okay, yeah. Now the problem becomes you're writing 100 messages every day. Yeah. And that's laborious, okay? Yeah. Now once you connect with them, now you can only message, and you got to pay for the Premier for $30 a month, and you can message. I think it's something like maybe 100 a day there too. Yeah. Well, there's two pieces of third-party software that LinkedIn will look past. One of them is called DuckSoup, DuxSoup, and the other one is Linked Helper. And what they do is they give you a piece of software that allows you to get past LinkedIn's rules. I won't go into detail on it. Go to my YouTube channel. Yeah. And I've done a YouTube on it. Read my book.
Okay, let's take a look at your book. Let's do one step, because we're all interested now. You hooked us. Okay?
Did I hook you, Hank?
You hooked me that, first of all, you're free and everybody loves that free. Secondly, that you got it. You're living proof. You're the example of how to build your business with luxury. And so we know you do it. So let's look at the book first. And so tell us a little about your book, Supercharge.
Okay. Supercharge your real estate sales using cutting-edge social media strategies, okay? Awesome. And then down on the bottom it says, plus the future of the residential real estate market and how you can prepare and profit from the change. Okay, great. I'll get to that. Okay. But in the book, I go very deep into LinkedIn help or Linked Helper. Okay. And because what it does is, again, target marketing is where we've got to go. Yeah. And LinkedIn is where I'm going to find my people. Now, what I do when I connect with them, I send a message and it says, I'm Kerry Grinkmeyer, I'm a luxury real estate agent. I want to be your source for current and good information on LinkedIn. I get, if I send 100 people that connection request, 40 of them will connect with me. Oh, okay. Then I sign up for Premier. I pay $30 a month, and LinkedIn allows me then to use Linked Helper, and I send a message. And what the message might be is, "Hey, John, Mary, I just got this listing in Greystone. It's a magnificent home, and here's a short video. And when I do my videos, I do an 8-minute video and I do a 1-minute video. The 1-minute video, as you and I know, attention span is short. If they're interested, they'll look at it. And then if they want more information, they go to my website. And on my website, I have that 8-minute video.
So how long does this take you? How many messages are you sending per day? So it's all individual messages you're sending out?
And it's computerized through
a Linked Helper. Oh,
okay.
Okay.
I'm allowed to send through Linked Helper. I can send 150 a day.
Oh.
On LinkedIn, I have 1,500 connections, roughly, of doctors, lawyers, Indian chiefs, whatever, in Birmingham. So it takes me 10 days. 10 days to drip that out and get that message. I get about a 40% open rate. And this is how I have spread myself and if I don't have a new listing that I want to show, then I just share information I do a video about the state of the market.
Yeah.
And educate.
Got it. And so, during your day, then you'll every day or whatever 5 days a week that you'll go to the MLS and you'll find these the top wanted
people with a problem.
The people with a problem, and then you'll go on LinkedIn. And how long do you invest in LinkedIn, sending these different messages every day?
That'll take me. I'll set it up. It may take me 2 hours on a day. Okay. And then I just program it. And what it does is it tells every 24 hours, it will send another 150 people.
Okay.
So I program it actually so that it doesn't take up any computer time during the day when I'm using my computer. I program it to send the message at something like 2 o'clock in the morning.
I see. So it's 2 hours, and then for 10 days, you don't have to do anything.
I don't do anything with it.
It's automatically sending all this out. Got it. So basically, you're investing, and then on the MLS, you're doing an hour a day?
Yeah, I would say an hour a day.
About an hour a day. So you're investing about an hour and 10 minutes every day, and you're doing $12 million of business.
Right. What's it cost me? It cost me $99 for LinkedIn Helper or Linked Helper, and it cost me $360 for LinkedIn Premier
for the year. For the year. Yeah. For the year.
Okay. I do very little Facebook advertising because effective March of this year, Mark Zuckerberg settled with the Discrimination League that said they will not allow me to target market real estate or financial mortgages by demographic, by income level. So Facebook's dead to me.
Yeah, well, and you bring up a great point. What Facebook does, and through my understanding and learning, et cetera, that what Facebook is, it's a great social area, but it's not for business. It just really isn't for business, whereas LinkedIn is for business.
I've come across something just this week, Hank, that it's got me really excited. I've got these 10 listings and I'm in Keller Williams office with 256 agents.
Okay.
And for the majority, I'm very different. Most of them are doing the $200,000, $300,000, maybe $400,000 homes, and they'd love to get into the higher level. Mm-hmm. So what I've started to do, and I just did it last week, I have found when I do my showings, 30% of the people who come to see these $1 and $2 million homes are either African American or foreign nationals.
Okay.
I'm neither one of those. Okay. And who I see bringing them are 60 and 65-year-old women. They're neither one of those. Mm-hmm. So I went to African-American gentlemen in my house who had never sold a house for more than $300,000. And I said, I want you to stand in front of my $2 million home and I want you to pitch it. And then I'm going to take you into the kitchen and I want you to pitch the kitchen. And then I'm going to take you out to the pool and I want you to pitch the pool.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want you to say, and if you want to see this home, you give me a call.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want you to take it and I want you to put it on your LinkedIn page.
Yeah.
And I want you to put it on your Facebook page.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to sell my house for me. Think about that, Hank.
Yeah.
If I got the average individual has 450 LinkedIn or Facebook friends.
Uh-huh.
I got 256 agents in my office.
Mm-hmm.
If I got every one of them to do that,
right,
and then to boost it on their Facebook page for $10, you know how many people will see my house?
mm-hmm.
55 million.
Yeah. Now, what's the incentive for your agents to do that?
To raise their level of socioeconomic structure in the community.
Got it.
To move up away from that low-hanging fruit that Zillow is going to take away from them in the very near future through iBuyers,
Right.
and to get to where, you know, the African American Jamal said to me, he said, you know what it's like to sell a $100,000 home and get a $2,500 check that your broker takes a third of, and then you have to give some of it up sometimes to get the deal done.
Right.
On the other hand, it doesn't hurt so bad if it's $1 million home and you get a $25,000 check.
Right. And it's the same amount of effort, if you will.
It is.
You bet. So this is fascinating. And I think the next thing is, so we know about your book. And again, you could get that, I'm assuming, at Amazon, right?
You can get it at Amazon, but come to my website,
Yes.
bestofusagents.com.
Yes. So
this is where you're going to learn how I do things.
yes. So again, it's best everybody, and take notes here. You know how I am about everybody has to take notes, that if you want to become successful, if you want to grow your business, and you want, but it's best. So the website is Best of USA, and the A is then
Best of US Agents.
Oh, Best of US Agents. Got it. Yeah, USA. Yeah, bestofusagents.com. But the YouTube channel is really the one that I think all of us will benefit most by, and that is Best of US Homes. Is that correct?
Okay, that's my YouTube channel.
YouTube channel, Best of US Homes. And I know you have a lot of videos. In fact, your goal was just to do one a week, and now you're doing 3 a week, and they're awesome. That could you direct us on what would be most helpful for which video would be the best one, or videos, couple videos would be the best ones for us to start out to really build their luxury business like you have done easily and quickly?
I think the coolest thing, the one I did, was where I spoke to Jeff about texting him about his house.
Okay,
and
great.
if you search real estate text messaging, you'll find it.
Okay.
That's a good one to start on, because it'll blow your socks off. It'll say, why didn't I think of that? and in there, I go into detail as to where you go to find Jeff's cell phone number.
Right.
And there is a website, and it's free, and it'll tell you all about Jeff, what his wife's name is, anything about what's his email address, what's his text message.
What is that website?
Verify.com. Hank, what's on if you'll spend a little bit of time, I want to share something else with you, Hank.
Yeah.
I barely graduated from high school.
Well, we wouldn't believe it.
I barely graduated from college. And the reason, and I didn't understand this until about 3 years ago, when I realized I am severely dyslexic. So I can't read. I hit a 3-syllable word and I have to stop and sound it out. But what I do extremely well is connect the dots. My mind is geared towards logic. My mind is geared towards creativity. So what I think I do on my YouTube channel is help people connect the dots.
Wow.
And figure things out ahead of everybody else. Now, then the other thing I stress on is become a purple cow. Now, do you know why I say purple cow?
Well, it's that book, but can you tell us?
But do you know what the theory of that is? And think about this.
Yeah.
You're driving through Iowa, and your kids are in the back seat, and there's field after field of cows. And all of a sudden, your kid in the back seat says, "Mom, Dad, there's a purple cow." You slam on the brakes. What do? You get out of the car. You go to the fence. You get your camera out, and you take a picture of that purple cow. And then what do you do with it? You share it with everybody that you know. You talk about, that's what I want to be as a real estate agent. Guy who does things so different that you sit down and you say, wait a second, I got to tell you about this Kerry Grinkmeyer. He's a purple cow. He actually texts people and tells them, this is what you got to do to sell your house.
Kerry, I'll tell you, this is fabulous. And for those of you out there that I can tell you that I sense, and I have a good sense of the good things I'm about, as far as like you're good at connecting the dots. I'm good at knowing when somebody knows their stuff and when it'll end up being expensive to get to know the stuff that you know from you. So everybody take advantage now. even Kerry and I talked about beforehand.
Get it while it's free.
Yeah, get it while it's free, because this won't be free. It's a way to stay ahead and to be the purple cow. I think that's just fabulous. Is there any last, we're out of time here, but is there any last thing you'd like to leave with us, whether it's about this or anything else that you'd like to leave with us and to share your wisdom with us, Kerry?
Yeah. I was successful in the financial planning business because I did things different. I want to share with you, in 1990, I did a stock trade for $100,000. And at that time, stockbrokers, and I was one, charged 1.25% commission. So there was a $1,250 commission on that stock trade. You know what you can do that stock trade for today?
$5.
$5. Was there a change in the industry? Yeah.
No.
What drove that change? E-Trade is technology.
Right.
Charles Schwab is technology. Yeah. What's happening in our industry right now? You're going to be able to buy a house for $5 someday in the future. No. And then maybe that's exaggerating it. So if you want to stay in this industry and you want to succeed, you need to become a real estate advisor. Not a real estate agent or a real estate broker, because you can't find a stockbroker now. Yeah. Merrill Lynch is no longer a vocabulary word. Bank of America bought them in 2009, and just 2 months ago they dropped the name. Wow. You now have Merrill Wealth Management, but Merrill Lynch is non-existent, as are stockbrokers. So agents out there, learn your business. Become the authority in your community, because when the survivors are separated and the tribes are formed, you need to be there.
That is awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, Kerry Grinkmeyer, thank you so much.
Thank you.
You just helped us become luxury listing agent salespeople and
you bet.
Get into that new industry. So with that, wish all of you well, and I get Kerry's book for sure. See him on YouTube, and let's make this happen for you. There, that book is that to make this happen for you, to build your wealth and your business. This is Dr. Hank wishing you all the well, and know the miracles are coming your way starting now. All the best. Bye-bye.